Hello students, welcome once again, and we are solving another question. Now we have root 3x plus 4 then minus root 3x plus 5 being equal to 1, and we are to find the value of x. So basically we have root 3x plus 4 minus s plus 5 equal to 1. So the best thing to do is to square both sides. So we are going to apply square to both sides, but we are going to send this to the other side so that it will be very easy for us to expand one then that. So we have root 3x plus 4 being equal to 1. Then when it crosses, it becomes positive root s plus 5. So now we have this. Now the next thing is to square both sides. So we square both sides. So we square 3s plus 4. We square that being equal to 1 plus root s plus 5. Then we square all of that. Now square cancels the square root here. Then we have 3x plus 4. Now this is expansion. So let's expand it and see how it would be. So we have another one root s plus 5. So it is what we have. Then quickly move on. So we still have our 3s plus 4. Now 1 multiplies 1 here. We have 1. 1 multiplies root x plus 5. So we still have the plus root s plus 5. Then root s plus 5 multiplies the 1. We have root s plus 5. Root s plus 5 multiplies root s plus 5. Then we have s plus 5 or squared. So this is what we have. So we still have our 3x here plus 4 being equal to that. Now these are like terms, so we can add them together. So we have 2 root s plus 5 being equal plus square cancel the square root here, and we have s plus 1. So s plus 5. Then we have, so the next thing is to group like terms. So we have 3x, we have x over here is positive. When it crosses, it becomes negative. So negative x then being equal to, we have 1 then plus 5, then it is positive 4 here. When it crosses, it becomes negative 4. Then what you are left is your plus 2 root 5x plus root x plus 5. Then we have 2x here. Now 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 minus 4 is just 2. Then we have root 2x plus 5. Now we are still looking for the value of x. We have x here and we have another x here. Now the best thing to do is that we can square both sides in order to get rid of the square root, but we'll still come back to expanding and we'll still have our square root. So the best thing is to send this 2 here to the other side. So we send 2s minus 2 being equal to 2 root s plus 5. So now from here, what we are going to do is that we square both sides. Now we square both sides again. We square both sides. So when we square both sides, this is what we have. We have 2x minus 2 squared being equal to 2 root s plus 5 or squared. So this is what we have. Let me continue from here. So this is what we have. Then from here we expand. So expanding this is just 2s minus 2, then another 2s minus 2 being equal to, now the square is applied to this, so it's just something like this. It looks like this, s plus 5 then squared. So we have this multiplies that. We have 4x squared. This multiplies that. We have negative 4x. Negative 2 multiplies 2x. We have negative 4x. We have negative 2 times negative 2, which is positive 4, being equal to 2 squared is just 4, then 2 caters for the square root. So we have x plus 5. This is what we have now. So now 4x, they are like terms. So we have negative x plus 4. Then we expand this side, 4x plus 20, right? Okay, so quickly we have this. we group like term again. So we group like terms. We group like terms. So we group like terms, which is 4x squared minus 8x minus 4x plus 4, then negative 20. So what I did was to group like terms though, but I'm sending everything to this side. Okay, so x squared, then we have 12x minus 16 being equal to 0. Now this, what we have here is a quadratic equation. We have a quadratic equation. So we have a quadratic equation over here. Now in solving quadratic equation, the coefficient of the x squared is just 4. So what we are going to do is that in order to make our quadratic equation very easy for us to solve, let's divide both sides by 4. We divide here by 4 and we divide here by 4. So 4 cancels that, 4 cancels 7, 1 goes here 3, 4 cancels 7, 1 goes here 4. So in all we have s squared minus 3s minus 4. Now it is not necessary that you have to always divide all the sides by 4, but because 4 can go into 12, it can go into 16. That is why I did divide by 4. Now I'll do more videos on quadratic equations, so watch out for that. So okay, so we have s squared minus 3s minus 4 being equal to 0. Now in order for us to find the values of we have to find two values that if we multiply these values, we are going to get negative 4. If we add this value, we are going to get negative 3. When we multiply them, we get negative 4. When we add these values, we should get negative 3. So basically the simple thing to do is that we look for the factors of 4. So factors of 4 is 1, we have 2, then we have 2 again, then 4 itself, because 1 times 4 is 4, 2 times 2 is 4. So basically it's 1 to 4. It's 1 to 4. So that's what we have. Now if we take 1 and 4, so let's take 1 and 4. If we take 1 and 4, now if I multiply 1 and 4, I'll get positive 4, but it's negative. And also when I add them, I'll get negative 3. So let's put negative here. Now if I put negative here, if I multiply 1 times negative 4, I'll get negative 4. But when I add them, I'll get negative 3. So basically this is how to do the quadratic equation. So now we have 1 and negative 4 being the value here. So we have x squared, then we bring our negative 4x, then negative x. Now all of this is replacing this, then we have our negative 4 being equal to 0. So we can take this side, then we can let's pull the negative out here so that we can have so s is positive, so we put positive here, then we have x minus 4. It's still the same, so what we are going to do here is to factorize. So we are going to factorize. So now factorizing, you have to look at the value that is common. Now s is common in both sides, so we bring x out, we factorize x out, then what is left is only 1x minus 4. Now over here we can't do anything, so we just leave it this way. Now you can see that we have s minus 4, s minus 4. So our final answer will be s minus 4 and also this, which is x plus 1. So x plus 1 being equal to 0. So this is what we have. Now with this, we can take this being equal to 0. So x minus 4 be equal to 0, then x will be positive 4. Then also we have x plus 1 being equal to 0, then x will be negative 1. All right, so now we are not done. Now the next thing, we have to find the value of x. Though we find the value of s, but we have to find the actual value of s for which that value should satisfy the equation we are given from the beginning. So we still have to check. Now this was the question. The question was 3x plus 4 minus x plus 5 being equal to 1. Now with this value of x that we've gotten, what we are going to do is that if x right, is equal to -1. So let's start with -1. So if x is equal to -1, let's see what will happen. So when x is equal to -1, then we are going to substitute the value of x into this equation and see whether it will be equal to 1. So we have root 3 here, we put 4 here, that, then we have, so we have -1 plus 5 being, so we just check. So we have 3 multiplies that, -3 plus 4 minus, we have -1 plus 5, which is just 4. Now -3 plus 4 is just square root of 1, then square root of 4. So square root of 1 is just 1, and the square root of 4 is just 2. So at the end of the day we have -1, which is wrong, and it does not satisfy the equation. For s being equal to -1 does not satisfy the equation. Now let's check. For s being equal to 4, that's +4, we have 3, 4 here, plus 4, then we have 4 plus 5, so we have 12 plus 4 minus, then we have 9. Now we have 16 minus 9 here, then at the end of the day we have square root of 16 is just 4, and the square root of 9 is 3, which is equal to 1. So you can see that this satisfies the equation. It satisfies the equation. So we say that therefore x is equal to +4, right? Because it satisfies the equation. So it satisfies the equation, right? So basically this is how to solve a question of this sort, and I'll meet you for another section. Thank you very much.